Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk. I'm Sia, your English teacher, and today we're going to explore the world of movies and TV shows. Now, have you ever struggled to talk about your favorite web show or movie in English? Or you wanted to understand what people mean when they say, that show is fire? Well, you're in the right place. Today, I'll be going over some super cool vocabulary that you can use to talk about your favorite movies, TV shows, or songs. These words will come in handy and it will make your conversation so much more natural. So, are you ready to level up your English game? Then let's get started. First up, we have this show is fire. Now, what does this mean? It is a popular and cool way of saying that something is extremely good, exciting, or really amazing. So when you say this show is fire, you're saying it's so good that it's practically burning with awesomeness. For example, the new season of Loki is fire. Or the movie La La Land was absolute fire. I can't wait to watch it. You can even say her performance in the play was fire. You can even use it for things outside of shows to describe someone's performance. So if you absolutely love a show, movie, or even a song, you can call it fire. Now let's take a look at the next phrase, totally hooked. You know, when you're really interested and invested in something, almost as if you are addicted to it, that's when you can use the phrase totally hooked. It is all about being completely into something that you can't stop yourself from watching, reading, or even thinking about. For instance, I started watching Breaking Bad and now I'm totally hooked. It happens, right? When you find something so interesting, you can't stop watching or reading it. Another example is, this cooking show is so good, she's totally hooked on learning new recipes. It is a fun and casual way to express how much you love something and can't pull yourself away from it. Have you ever been totally hooked on a TV show or movie? Which one was it? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's look at everyone's favorite or most dreaded word, spoilers. It is a very important word to know when you talk about movies and series. So, a spoiler means to reveal an important part of the story to someone who has not yet watched the movie or the show. It's called a spoiler because it spoils the surprise or excitement one has for that movie or show. Let's look at some example sentences. Please don't give me any spoilers. I haven't watched the movie yet. I was scrolling through Instagram and someone posted a huge spoiler about the new Marvel movie. It's like an oh moment, right? Well, speaking of moments that leave you shocked or excited, let's talk about plot twists. You know, those moments in a story that totally surprise you or catch you off guard? A plot twist is when something happens that you never saw coming, changing the whole story. It's that moment that makes you sit up and think, what just happened? For example, the movie had an incredible plot twist at the end that no one saw coming. Or, that plot twist was so shocking I had to pause the show to process what just happened. Some movies do have a good plot twist, don't they? Well, my personal favorite is in the movie Now You See Me. If you love the twists and turns in a story, then do watch it. Moving on, let's talk about something that will either make you excited or leave you frustrated. A cliffhanger. It's that moment when the episode or the movie ends, but the story feels incomplete, making you want to watch the next part immediately. It's like the creators want to make sure you're desperate to see what happens next. For instance, The episode ended with a cliffhanger and now I can't wait for the next one. Or, I hate when shows leave you on a cliffhanger and then take months to release the next part. And of course, what's a good movie night without catching a flick? That's our next word. You must be wondering what a flick is. Well, a flick is just a casual way of saying movie. You know, like a slang term you use when you want to sound casual or natural. For example, let's catch a flick this weekend. It's been a while since I've been to the theatre. Or, I heard the new action flick is amazing. We should check it out. In short, movies are also called flicks. Now, if you love a movie that's packed with action, suspense, or thrills, then you've probably experienced a gripping moment. So when something is gripping, it's so tense and exciting that you're on the edge of your seat, almost biting your nails from the suspense. For instance, the courtroom drama was so gripping, I couldn't look away. Or that final scene in the Mission Impossible movie was so gripping, I couldn't even blink. But what if you missed all these amazing shows and movies? Well, it's time to keep up with them. Keep up with simply means watching or reading something you've missed earlier. For example, I need to keep up with the latest season of The Witcher before the new one comes out. Or, it's hard to keep up with all the Marvel movies. They release so many. So, if you have missed any of my English lessons, make sure you keep up with them to become fluent in English faster. Speaking of keeping up with, here's a great phrasal verb, to tune in. To tune in means to watch or listen to something at a specific time. You can use this phrasal verb when you are watching something live. For example, make sure to tune in for the live finale tonight at 8 p.m. Or, every Saturday, I tune in to my favorite baking show. It's so much fun. It is mainly used for shows, events that are happening at that particular time. Finally, let's talk about when a show takes a turn for the worse. When it jumps the shark. Now, this phrase is used when a show or series starts getting so unrealistic or ridiculous that it loses its original charm and starts to decline. For example, you can say that show was great at first, but once they introduced that alien storyline, it really jumped the shark. Or, season 3 of that series jumped the shark when they brought back a character who was supposed to be dead. It's a sign that the show must be running out of good ideas. And that's it. We've covered some awesome vocabulary to talk about movies, TV shows, and web series. From plot twists to cliffhangers, flicks, and nail-biting moments, you are now ready to discuss your favorite entertainment like a pro. But wait, I also have some more phrases that you can use when you review shows or movies. For instance, you watched a show and you liked it. It was good. Then you can say, that is a must-watch show. It basically means that it is really good. And if you liked the acting or the performance of the artist, then you can say, the acting in the movie is top-notch. Top-notch means the best. On the other hand, if you don't like something, like you were expecting it to be good but it didn't meet your expectations, then you can say it's a bit of a letdown. It's like you're saying it was disappointing. And if the story or the plot is bad, then you can say the movie was great at first but the second half just dragged on and on. It means that the storyline becomes slow, boring, or uninteresting, making it feel like it's taking forever to end. And then we have the ending falls flat. Now this means that the conclusion of a story, movie or series is disappointing as if it doesn't meet the expectations built up earlier in the story. For example, you can say, I loved the build-up in the movie, but the ending just fell flat. I hope you got that. Great. And that wraps up today's lesson. Now that you know these phrases and expressions, it's time to start using them in your everyday conversations about movies, TV shows, and web series. Try to create your sentences with these words and share them in the comments below. It will help you remember the phrases better and improve your vocabulary. Keep practicing, and soon you will be talking like a pro about movies and TV shows. See you in the next lesson. Bye for now.